Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am here to talk about fragrances that I have not reached for in a long time. So these are all fragrances that I absolutely adore, but for some reason I just have not felt compelled to wear them. So I went ahead and pulled a whole bunch of things that I need to go ahead and wear. Some of them I won't be able to wear until it gets a little bit cooler, but some of them I can definitely wear. Yeah, and I love these all so much, but for some reason they just haven't been getting a lot of use. But they're not anything that I want to declutter either, so they're kind of in this weird limbo right now. So anyways, let me just jump right in. I've got a ton here. These are all fragrances that I pulled out because they need to get some love. So the first one that I pulled out is a Nasomatto fragrance, and this is called Nudiflorum. This is such a very weird and very unique fragrance. This is, it's like a super earthy, like dirty skin, but in a good way. Kind of like musk. It's so hard to explain, and Nasomatto does not list their notes anywhere, so it's like really hard to find out what's actually in these. But I just get this really beautiful, like earthy, dirty skin musk. I don't know. I love it. This is an absolute beast though. This is a little tiny 4 ml oil, and I can put literally ... and I will smell like this for 12 hours. It's that much of an absolute beast. So this little tiny 4 ml bottle of oil will last me an entire lifetime easily. It's just beautiful. I love this fragrance. There's something very comforting about it to me, and I love wearing this one to bed. But for some reason, I haven't reached for it at all for well over a year probably. And I think because it is such a beast that it is a major commitment. If I'm going to wear this, it's going to be a commitment. It's going to be like at least a 24-hour commitment because I will smell like this until I scrub it off. So, and even if I do that, it has to kind of go through one of those things where it like halfway wears off and then you are able to get into the shower and wash the rest of it off. And even still, it can still linger after that. It's just like so persistent, but I adore it. So anyways, that is the first one. That is Nasomatto Nudiflorum. I love it. Okay, the second and third one are Swiss Arabian fragrances that I adore, but I think that they got so hyped up for so long that I think I just kind of got over it. But I still love these and I miss them, and I pulled them out because I need to wear them, especially this time of year. First one we're going to talk about is Casablanca. This is beautiful. This is like woody, sweet, caramel, and apple. It's sugary. It's kind of gourmand, but the woodiness in it keeps it from going too much into gourmand territory. I think it's got some light oud in it. It's not overpowered by the oud. It's beautiful though. This just reminds me of a caramel apple. It is perfect for this time of year. This might actually end up being my Halloween fragrance just because I haven't worn it in so long. I love it though. This performs like no other too. This is another 10, 12 hours easily, especially if you spray it on clothing. I just love it. So I pulled it because I'm like, man, it's been a long time since I've worn you. And look at the dent. You can see I gave it some good love. I put a huge dent in it. So yeah, I need to pull it out and give it some more love. Okay, the other Swiss Arabian fragrance is Florence, and this is a pretty spot-on dupe for Roses Vanille from Mansera. I think I've just kind of gotten over that Roses Vanille scent profile for a while, but now I'm like, oh, I'm craving it again. It's such a beautiful, creamy, woody rose. I love it. So yeah, I need to pull that one out. I have the Zara dupe too. I forget what that one's called. Rose Gourmand. And I have worn the Rose Gourmand since, but I haven't worn Florence for a long time. And I like Florence a lot better. So yeah, I pulled this so I can wear it. This next one, you guys, oh my gosh. This is like such a love of my life. This reminds me of being 12 years old, no joke. So we're talking 30, like almost 30 years ago, this reminds me of. And I love this fragrance. This is Escape from Calvin Klein. I remember when this was all the rage when I was in 6th grade. For real. Everybody wore this. Everybody just wore Calvin Klein fragrances. I mean, Calvin Klein was like the fragrances to wear from the time I started wearing perfume, really until high school when CK1 came out and was all the rage. Like Calvin Klein was just it. I love this. There's something about this. It's like an aquatic floral fragrance. It is the only true aquatic fragrance that I am obsessed with and have been almost my entire life. I just adore this. There's something so stunning about this and so feminine. It gives me Issey Miyake vibes, but it's not Issey Miyake at all. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. It's nostalgic. It's absolutely classic. It is timeless. And I need to do a perfume on timeless fragrances, like timeless fragrances that have been around forever, but still smell as amazing today as they did when they came out. So good. So anyways, that is Calvin Klein Escape. I pulled this out because I need to wear it. It makes me so happy. The next one is another older one, and I adore this fragrance, and I have not given this one enough love. This is Dolce & Gabbana Red Cap, or just Dolce & Gabbana. This is the Euro-Italian version, though, that was made in Italy. I do also have the German version. I prefer the Euro-Italian version, though. This one has a slight creaminess to it. It's not so soapy and aldehyde forward as the Germany version is. This one, I can smell some kind of spice or something in it. This one ends up drying down on my skin to almost like a soft incense fragrance. I love this. It's stunning. It's another one that is absolutely classic, timeless. It smells incredible. And yeah, I need to pull it out and wear it because I have not given this one any love. I've worn the Germany one more than I've worn this one, just because that one is more soapy, clean. But I love this one. This is such a stunner. So anyways, that is Dolce & Gabbana, just regular Dolce & Gabbana Red Cap, and that is the Euro-Italian version, or Euroltalia. Okay, this next one is another one that I have not worn probably in 2 years now, and I don't know why. Yeah, it's been at least 2 years because I think the last time I talked about this fragrance was when I first moved into my rental house 2 years ago. So, which is crazy. This is Alaia Paris Blanche, and oh gosh, when you see pictures of this online, you will often see it with like clear or very light pink liquid, which is just not reality. Actually, no, I think there are two different. There's another one. I think it's called Alaia Nude, and I really want to get my hands on that one. That's the one that's got the lighter liquid. This one is Alaia Blanche. I adore this fragrance. It gets compared to Hypnotic Poison a lot. This doesn't have the licorice or the anise in it that Hypnotic Poison has. So this is more like, it's either like heliotrope or almond. It's got that powderiness that Hypnotic Poison has, but this is sweeter and smoother and doesn't have the bite from that anise. It's just really beautiful. I love it. I need to pull it out and wear it. This one is going to have to wait for some cooler weather because this doesn't hold up well in heat, but I adore this fragrance, and yeah, this is coming out. And I'm going to give this one some good love. The next one that I have not reached for in such a long time. Now, I have tested out some flankers recently, but I haven't reached for this one in a long time. This is the original Chloe. or Chloe just eau de parfum. I have tested the rose one. I think it's Roses de Chloe. Oh, I love this. This is another one that is classic and timeless and stunning. But yeah, I've tested, I really want to test the tangerine one, the Chloe tangerine and rose, or I can't remember what the name of that is, but I want to test that one so bad. But yeah, I adore this fragrance. This is one of my top 10 for life fragrances probably, and I have not reached for it in such a long time. And the only reason I hasn't is because this fragrance is pretty polarizing. People either really, really like it or they really, really hate it. And I just don't want to put it on and be around somebody that might really, really hate it. And the girl I work for, though, she really likes Chanel Chance. So I think she likes fragrances with a little bit more of like a traditional scent profile. So I'm thinking she might actually like this and it won't bother her. So I'm going to pull it out, give it a test, and see if she is a lover or a hater of Chloe. Okay, this next one, I have not worn this in a couple of either, and I don't know why. I adore this fragrance, especially this time of year. This is M from Mariah Carey, and this is such a strange fragrance, you guys. This has got aquatic notes in it, but it's also got, I think it's got marshmallow in it, if I remember correctly. It's got some woods. It's like a sweet, kind of woody, marshmallowy aquatic. It's really strange, but I really, really like it. It's perfect for this time of year. So it reminds me almost of, it almost reminds me of something that you might get at Bath & Body Works this time of year. But I really, really enjoy it. So this one needs to come out for some love too. Okay, this next one, I have not worn this in a very long time too, and I absolutely love this fragrance. This is Viktor and Rolf Magic Dancing Roses, and boy, do I wish I would have gotten a full bottle of this when it was still available. This is rose and I believe almond, and maybe a touch of cherry. I adore this fragrance. I don't know why I didn't pick up a bottle of this, a full bottle of it, when they were kind of clearing these fragrances out, because I think it's been discontinued. So I will savor my little spray pen here. This is only 9 mil. So I will have to savor my little 9 mil unless I can maybe find a bottle on Mercari or something. So anyways, but I have not worn this in ages, and I need to pull it out and at least wear it, like once this year. So that is Viktor and Rolf Dancing Roses. The next one is another one that I absolutely adore, and I have not worn this in at least a year and a half, and I love this fragrance. This is Guerlain Mon Guerlain Floral. This is my absolute favorite version of Mon Guerlain. I have not tested the Intense yet though, which I have a feeling the Intense might knock this out of first place. But I love this only because this is a sweeter version of Mon Guerlain. This is kind of getting closer to Mon Exclusive. It's like a lighter version of Mon Exclusive. It's like as if Mon Exclusive didn't have that kind of heavy butter note and the salt. That's what Floral smells like. It's just a beautiful, sweet version of Mon Guerlain, and I just adore it, but I haven't worn it, so I really need to pull this out. And this will do fine in heat too, so I can totally wear this like soon. And not that it's like getting super hot out. I think the high for this week is like 73 maybe. So it's not even getting super hot anymore. So yeah, this one's coming out to play for a little bit. Okay, this next one is another one that I have not worn in absolute ages, and I will tell you why. This is another one that I ration because this is the original formulation of Versace Crystal Noir. This is the original formulation of the Eau de Parfum, and it's hilarious. Every time I pull this out, I guess because people haven't done enough research on this fragrance, and most people don't know. For some reason, the Eau de Toilette is the one that has coconut in it now, but originally that wasn't the case. The original formulation of the Eau de Parfum was the one that had coconut in it to begin with. Yeah, I need to look up. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. So my bottle was manufactured February 25th of 2012. So yes, mine is the original formulation of the Eau de Parfum. Mine still smells incredible. It's creamy coconut and gardenia. I love this fragrance. I have no idea what the new formulation of the Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette smells like. I do know that I'm pretty sure the Eau de Toilette is the one that has coconut in it now, but I don't care. I'm only concerned with my original bottle of the Eau de Parfum. I love this. It smells incredible. It's not formulated like this anymore, and I'm so happy to have a bottle of the original formulation. I always inevitably get somebody telling me that I've got a fake bottle. I absolutely do not have a fake bottle. Mine is just the original formulation. So it's stunning. I have not worn this for such a long time because this is another one that I'm very sparing with. Even though I have half a bottle left still. I mean, you can see, I've still got plenty. But I don't want to be without it because, like I said, you can't get this formulation anymore. So yeah, but I'm going to pull it out because we're going to be wearing this soon. It's so good. And it's like the perfect transition fragrance too, because it's got that beautiful creamy coconut in it, but it's warm and cozy and still kind of dark. It's just stunning. Okay, the next fragrance I have not worn in so long, and this is one of my top 15 for life fragrances too. This is YSL Manifesto, and I don't even know why I haven't worn this. I think because I wore Addict more last year, and then once I kind of got my fill of Addict, I didn't feel like wearing this one because I don't know. It's very similar to Addict to my nose. They're definitely different, but they are very similar, especially in the dry down. But I love this. Warm, tonka, vanilla, slightly resinous. I love this. It's sweet. This one is magic on my skin too. Something about Manifesto is just like magic on my skin. I just love this. This is another timeless and classic one. But yeah, I've got two bottles of this. I've got this one, and then I've got another one. This was my bottle, and then I've got another one that somebody sent me, which I was so grateful for because, yeah, I'm running so low on this, which is another reason why I don't pull it out very much because my other bottle is a partial bottle too. And it's like, man, I just don't want to go through them because I don't know. I always worry I'm going to run out of what I've got and then I'm going to end up being forced to buy a reformulation or something, and it just always makes me nervous. But anyways, she's coming out because I need to wear her. Such a stunning fragrance. Okay, this next one. I just had this in my transition fragrances video, and it's time. I haven't worn this fragrance in a couple of years, and this is going to be the year of Shalimar Souffle as well as Shalimar Souffle Intense. We're going to start with Souffle, and then as it gets colder, we will go into Intense. But this is a beautiful version of Shalimar. It's still slightly dark, but it still smells like Shalimar, but it's not quite as resinous. It doesn't have that kind of burnt rubber smell that the original Shalimar has. It's not as spicy, and this has a boatload of lemon and vanilla in it. So it's very smooth and soft and well-rounded and wearable. It's such a wearable version of Shalimar. I just love Shalimar flankers. Like, in fact, I'm going to do a video on all of my Guerlain fragrances, and you guys will see just how many Shalimars I have. I have so many because I just adore them. They're some of the most comforting, cozy, warm fragrances in my collection, and I love them. And this one has not gotten enough love. I haven't worn this at least for a year and a half. But it's time. So anyways, that is Shalimar Souffle Eau de Parfum. Sorry, no. Shalimar Souffle de Parfum. Okay, this next one is another one. I have not worn this in ages, and I don't know why. I love this fragrance. I do know why, because even though I love these so much and I force them to work, a lot of Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances just don't work on my skin, but I force them to. And this is one of the ones that I force to because I love it. This is Jean Paul Gaultier Classique Essence, and this is beautiful. It's still Orange Blossom. Oh my gosh. This is sweet, sugared Orange Blossom. It still smells like Classique. It's definitely got the Classique DNA, but this is way sweeter. It's got like a honeyed quality to it. If it doesn't have honey in it, it's got a very honeyed quality to it. It smells like the texture of honey. It's sweet. It's bright and citrusy at the same time. The Orange Blossom is stunning in this. It's just gorgeous. I haven't worn it for ages. I don't know why, but it's definitely time. So I pulled this one out because it's definitely time to give this one some love. So that is Jean Paul Gaultier Classique Essence. Next is my absolute favorite sandalwood fragrance on the planet, and I don't know why I didn't wear this at all last year, but I didn't. Yeah, I've got a pretty good dent in mine too, and I have not worn this in a while. This is the Eau de Toilette formulation of Samsara from Guerlain. I like either formulation. The Eau de Parfum is beautiful. The Eau de Toilette is beautiful. The Eau de Toilette is just a little bit lighter, but they smell almost identical to me. But this is my most favorite sandalwood fragrance, hands down. Like, in my opinion, this is the best sandalwood fragrance that's ever been done. Nothing ever even compares. In fact, because I love this one so much, I tend to dislike other sandalwood fragrances because they just don't live up to this. This is stunning. It is an absolute masterpiece, and I don't use that word often. I really don't, but this is an absolute masterpiece. I love this. I'm so grateful. A subscriber sent over a decant of the original or of a bottle from 1992. So I also have a really great vintage decant of this. And again, they're very similar. Thankfully, Guerlain did not butcher this when they reformulated it. It's still really beautiful, but yeah, this is just beautiful. It's the most perfect sandalwood fragrance ever. It's warm. It's soft. It's not like in your face woody. It's just like a warm hug. It's like a warm, soft blanket wrapped around you. I love it. It's beautiful in super, super cold weather. It's like outstanding. So anyways, that is Guerlain Samsara Eau de Toilette. And I will recommend, like I said, any formulation of that you get your hands on. They're all gorgeous. Okay, this next one is one that I absolutely adore, but I have not reached for this fragrance in probably 2 years now because I have Pop Bluebell, and I should have brought Pop Bluebell down so you could see the dent I've gotten that. I'm missing about that much out of a huge bottle. Which is why I have not been wearing my original Stella McCartney Pop. I think because I was so stuck on Pop Bluebell for so long, I kind of let this one sit in the shade for a long time, and I'm pulling her out to give her some love because, oh my gosh, because I love this fragrance. There is nothing special about this or spectacular. It's I believe it's really, really simple. I believe it's like synthetic tuberose and synthetic sandalwood. but there's something about this that I absolutely love. Stella McCartney perfumes are like magic with my skin chemistry. They all just smell incredible on me. And this is no exception. It's beautiful. It's like a beautiful, modern floral that doesn't smell overly floral. It wouldn't be bothersome to anybody. This is like this would be one of my, like, if I had to pick 10 fragrances out of my collection that I think would make the most perfect signature scents, this would be one of them, just because it's so easygoing and it just smells so good. So anyways, that is Stella McCartney Pop, and I don't know why I have not been wearing this. It's like the easiest fragrance to just grab and put on, and it's amazing. So anyways, that is Stella McCartney Pop. Okay, 2 more, you guys, 2 more. And I'm leaving these out because I'm not putting them away until I've worn them. So you guys will see a lot of these come up in my next What I Wore Last Week video. Okay, this next one. I had a bottle. We're going to talk about Black Opium from YSL. So I had a bottle of Black Opium Nuit Blanche, and I just didn't love it. So I ended up coming across a bundle of fragrances on Mercari that I picked up because it had a couple that I really wanted. It had Tom Ford, I think, Velvet Orchid Lumiere, which I have since decluttered. And it had another one that I really loved. But anyways, it was a bundle of like 5 fragrances, and it was only like $100 and something. So anyways, this was one of the fragrances that was in it. And I do love Black Opium, don't get me wrong. Do I think it's overrated? Absolutely. Do I think it's worth all the hype? Not really, but I do love it, and I do think it's a gorgeous fragrance. So I was happy to get a half a bottle. And I love this. This is just the original formulation, the Eau de Parfum. It's not a flinker. I love this fragrance. It's so beautiful and yummy and sweet. It's got that gorgeous coffee note in it, but it's syrupy and drippy smelling and just sweet. I love it. It's sweet like candy smelling. I just adore this, and I've never used this. I got that bundle like 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, definitely like 2 years ago, and I've never worn this because it's just not a fragrance that I ever think to pull, or that I ever think to reach for, even though it is so good. And I think part of it is because I know it doesn't last on me, so I'm gonna wear it in like, as soon as it starts to really cool down, I'm gonna give this a good wear test. Keep my fingers crossed that it performs halfway decent on me. Which is funny, now that I don't work at that crappy, I'm out of the house for 12 hours a day job anymore, my expectations for perfumes is changing. I'm more open to fragrances that don't last that long. I don't care because I'm home. And now it's kind of like nice if something wears off after a few hours, because then I can spray something else on and enjoy another fragrance. So I'm like having the best time with this like change of mindset. So anyways, this is YSL Black Opium. I'm so excited to wear that, and I adore this bottle. I think that the glittery bottle is just so fun. Okay, and then last but not least, this is a fragrance that came to me by surprise. This also came in that same bundle. I had never smelled it. I had no intention of smelling it. I didn't have any interest in this fragrance at all. This is Burberry London. Yeah, this is Burberry London. And I was blown away by this fragrance when I just sprayed it. I love this fragrance. In fact, I think this is kind of an old bottle, and I don't have that much left in here anyways. It's only that full. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, it's only that full. So I think I'm going to buy a new bottle of this and keep my fingers crossed that it hasn't been reformulated. I, of course, will hang on to this one that I've got, but I adore this. This is the most beautiful kind of fruity floral, but it's like fruity floral done by Burberry. So it's got that Burberry DNA, and it's a beast. And I absolutely adore this fragrance. I fell head over heels in love with it when I first smelled it. And I was like, dude, where have you been my whole life? How did I sleep on this fragrance for so long? But now that I have it, it's like, I think I wore it once right after I got that bundle, and I put this away and I haven't been reaching for it again. And I need to, because it's stunning. I adore this fragrance. I just think it is so beautiful. And it's another one that just is like magic with my skin chemistry. So yeah, I had to pull this one out because I was like, it's been too long. It's been way too long. So anyways, that is Burberry London. And that is going to be it, guys. Those are a whole bunch of fragrances, and don't get me wrong, that is not all. I have a lot of other ones too that I'm like, oh, you need some love too. But I'm going with the ones that were oldest, like that I haven't worn for the longest. We're going to give them some love first, and then we'll do another round too. So, but anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.